but I always thought of poems as emotional Polaroids, and they just sort of grow out of situations like this. So this is called Feline Friends. Curled up on the couch with a curled up kitten, cradled in your lap, both of you totally out of this world. I smile at such a lovely double take, tiptoe around the flat, afraid that you should wake. I kiss both your noses, and you both sniff and shift, adopt new synchronized poses. I can only love and sit and watch as one of you makes a pose that the other will match. I take a Polaroid as I am leaving, place it between your toes where, on awakening, it will be seen to show you how very beautiful you've been. Thank you. Polaroid is long gone, but the thought in the poem is still there. This is called Passing Strange. I don't know how well you know your Othello, but when they say, how did you get Desi? Othello says, I told her stories of my exploits and my army days and all that, and I told her strange tales, and I didn't tell her only strange tales, I told her passing strange. Strange, passing strange. Stranger than strange tales. So this is called Passing Strange, because of that Shakespearean element. I'm Irish, as you might hear. Irish people say love all the time. Isn't that right, Dan Love? Say. Irish people extend, in my part of the country anyway, extend the same courtesy to the man as they do to the woman. So you hold the door open for a man just because you're there and you go, sorry. But you also say, sorry, love. Yeah, love. 2 and 6pence, love. You want a pint, love? Okay, love. Be with you in a minute, love. And it's love, 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 love. You don't hear yourself say it. My mother, swearing is the other thing that you don't hear. So my mother would say, oh, don't, love, will you make me a fucking cup of tea? I'm dying for a fucking cup of tea. And then she'd put the guilt trip on me and she'd say, for 9 months I carried you in the womb and you wouldn't even make me a fucking cup of tea. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then she'd extend it. 9 months, 9 long months, 9 long weary months I carried you and you wouldn't even make me a fucking cup of tea. So, even if we're annoyed at you, like, Dan, pretend, I know you are genuinely annoyed with me, but pretend you aren't and pretend that you're pretending that you're annoyed with me. Alright? And if Dan was annoying me, I'd say, oh, for fuck's sake, love. Like that. So you put in the love just to show that you're annoyed at their present action, but not generally. So this love comes all the time. And how we get into this terrible row is I've said to her, do you want a cup of tea, love? Nice and ordinary like that. An Irishism. And what I don't know is that her last boyfriend used to call her love and darling so that he wouldn't get her mixed up with the mistress. And it just cracked, and I was the one that she cracked. So this is called Passing Strange. She didn't like Shakespeare, but all the references are Shakespearean. Passing Strange. Rose arose, and having risen was angry. You never call me by my name, only love and darling. A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. That's neat, she sweetly smiled. That's Shakespeare. I whispered in her ear and kissed her sweet, sweet smile. Each reflected in the other's eye. Quote me that kiss again, she sighed. How I do love thee, I cried. Let me count the kisses, she replied. My lovely, darling loves. Thank you. My girlfriend had the opportunity to go to Kuwait. And this was before hijacking days. This is the first hijack I think the world or I had ever heard of. So she just fucked off to Kuwait, and she came down stairways made of solid gold banisters. She had 40 male servants who weren't allowed to look at her, and I was left all on my own. And I'm the homemaker in our family, so I put her nightdress under a pillow, all her clothes would be hanging up in the wardrobe, I would make the tea, the dinner, blah blah blah. All that sort of stuff, and I'm looking at all this, and I'm left in total isolation. And I'm watching the plane being hijacked to Kuwait for the first time on the telly, and that's where she is. So this is called Crazy Loneliness Hijacks Memory of a Beautiful Girl. Crazy Loneliness Hijacks Memory of a Beautiful Girl. Last night I missed you so much that I made love to your nightdress passionately. Now your nightdress hides from me, slinks under covers and pillows, avoids my eyes. I can't take another night without you. Your nightie can't take another night with me. I'm holding your dresses hostage, threatening them with kisses, caresses, if they make one false move. Your other clothes tremble in the wardrobe. Come back to me. Thank you. Staying on the clothes theme, Chris, did you dress yourself this morning?
Yeah.
Did you get your mummy to do it or anything like that?
No.
No, right, show us. Get your mummy to do it next time. This is called Clothes Have No Memory. Your most prized dress must confess that it cannot remember the rise and fall of your breeding, the swell of your breast. Clothes have no memory. It is winter now, and your summer frock has totally forgot the sheer sunny shockingness of being, underneath it all, absolutely knickerless. Kisses like butterflies alighting high on your inner thigh. Don't even go there, Dan. Clothes have no memory. Your bra, unhooked, unhinged, cannot really recall the thrill of it all as my hands with each caress create your breasts. Clothes have no memory. Clothes have no memory, but I do. Thank you. Still staying with the rows, because all my poems are lovey-dovey poems and all that, but there is actually times when love goes wrong. And I was having another blinding row altogether, so this poem is actually called After the Row. After the row. Built an overlarge snowman on your doorstep and hid behind it. Rang your doorbell until you were annoyed by it. Yes, yes, you flung open the door to be met with a snowman telling you he loved you, until slowly your heart began to melt. Thank you. I often call up Jan and I say very nice romantic things to her. The whispering in the ear is gone. It's the mobile phone to the ear now, and I go to Jan, oh, hello lover, like that. So this is when it all goes wrong. This is called doing fine. I told you I loved you. I told you what I was going to do to you when I got you all to myself. I told you. There was a loud cackling on the line. I think you got a wrong number, love, but keep talking until I'm fine. Thank you. I'm going to end the night by reading a poem called Ascailga, which means in Irish. So the first half is in Irish, but I translate as I go along. My wife and I were longing to have a child, and although we had great fun practicing, no child had yet manifested itself. And we went for a test after the test, and the last test was to see whether the fallopian tubes there's probably too much information now, whether the fallopian tubes were cleared. And it was cancelled 6 months, cancelled 6 months, a year and a half later, it was cancelled, but miraculously, we fell pregnant. Notice I used the royal we there. And I used to sleep down by my wife's belly, and I used to sing to the unborn child all the little bits of Irish, sort of a tapestry of sound and words and music that I didn't know. So this is how this happens. It's called Ascailga in Irish. Dún na sula, close your eyes. Cuddle go lá ma grá sieve. Sleep until day, my gentle love. Cuddle go sov go sieve. Sleep peacefully, peacefully. I rod gan gealach sha is rocky gan green sha fee. This moon will rise, this sun will set. Ara go scraw I goni. Love and care always. Gach iha is gach law is gach iha. Every day, every night, every day. My plurin, my storin, my mooring, my little flower, my little treasure, my little darling. Ach kanish, but now, cuddle, go sov, go sieve, sleep peacefully, gently, go fonya and lay, until the break of day, the misha the tave, with me by your side. losing our baby late into the night, holding this little thing that only attempted to be human. Unable to let go, I clasped the fetus tightly in my hand and buried it in the dawn of our local park under a recently planted red rose bush. In my grief, flower and baby became one, and night after night I climbed over high railings and even higher stars to talk to her in the dark in Irish, or sing "My love is like a red, red rose," or cry, or cry. Almost got arrested one night by an Irish cop, drawn to the sound of Irish emerging from darkness. Guess he let me go because it wouldn't look good on a charge sheet. The defendant was talking and crying to a flower in Irish. Éist, éist, listen, listen, dinna éigen écina. Someone is crying in a Daracasan. Phil, Phil Aruno, oh ho, Phil Aruno is na imi womb. Phil Arun akushla sto, oh ho. Agus chifik to on glow, not in a tap. Thank you.